Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your girl, Miss Gemini, and you've tuned in to Cooking is the Ish. Now, it's a little early in the morning on Friday. We're going to go ahead and show you guys some different style ribs we're going to do using the Traeger and also the smoker, doing a comparison to see which one comes out the best. Hopefully, we can get the Traeger working. It'll be our first time using it. And I'm going to show you guys all the ingredients that we use to season up these ribs. And you can always tweak these ingredients. But let's go ahead and get started. Now, before I get started on telling you guys what I used, if you notice, we have different seasonings out here, but we had thousands more last night. I should have made a video last night. He had maybe 20 bags like this. This is a mixture. I'm not sure what it's mixed with. This is a smoked, it looked like paprika and garlic and chives. He also has some Red Baron season, looks like some chicken seasoning, some kitchen chicken, something, I don't know. And some lemon and pepper seasoning. And like I said, he had so many bags full of different seasoning. We're going to show you guys the different ribs now and how he's wrapped them up just to keep the flavor inside. So, here is 2 slabs of ribs, if you can notice. It looks like this one on the bottom may be beef ribs. Oh, nope, they're pork. Are these beef? Yeah, these beef ribs. These beef ribs, thank God, because I want some beef. All right, so those are the beef ribs that have been seasoned. And these looks like some pork. And then if you notice right here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 slabs right here. Now, he seasoned them about a day and a half ago. Let me move my coffee. He seasoned these about maybe a day ago. Cleaned them real good, washed them, and seasoned them to perfection. Wrapped them up in the plastic wrap so the seasoning will stay inside. We're going to go outside, see what's going on with the smoker, and hopefully, keeping our fingers crossed that the Traeger is ready. Alright, so this is the Traeger. This is our first time using it. It takes pellets, and I'm hoping that it actually worked because the sucker costs too much to be playing. We just pretty much letting it heat up now, waiting on it to get some smoke. It looks like it's a little bit trying to come out. So like I said, we're going to keep our fingers crossed and hoping that it does work. Now let's see what the smoker is doing. So this is called a Smoke Pro. We got this, I think, for his birthday or for Christmas last year. If you guys remember, I showed you guys all the little Raider stuff it came with. Now this one is already getting hot. If you notice, we kept that foil in there from the ribs that we did yesterday, only because this hasn't been used as much as the Traeger, and we want to make sure that the flavor holds and it does have a smoky flavor. So at this point, it looks like the smoker might be the one that wins because it's the one getting the most smoke coming out. Let's look at the Traeger one more time before we get ready to put the meat on. Alright, so fingers crossed. It just looks like it's still getting some smoke, and we're going to give it about 10-15 more minutes, and we'll be back once it's time to put the meat on the grill and the smoker. Alright, so now we're getting ready to put the ribs on the grill and the smoker. And this is what they look like after they've been seasoned and just sitting in the refrigerator for about, they've been in there 24 hours? Yeah.
Yeah, 24 hours.
All right, so we're getting ready to put them on the grill. All right, so we're starting to put 4 ribs on the Super Pro. I think that's what it's called, Smoke Pro.
Camp Chef.
The Camp Chef, okay. And now we're going to put 4 on the Traeger, and then every hour we're going to squirt them with apple juice. What all did you season them with?
With a little bit of mesquite, rosemary, garlic, salt and pepper, and a little garlic salt.
Alright, so we're going to put the last one on here. We're going to let these cook for how many hours for?
We're going to Put 4 to 6 hours.
4 to 6 hours, and then we're gonna squirt them every hour with the apple juice and applesauce. What is it?
Juice.
Oh, just apple juice. Okay. All right. So we'll be back. So this is part 2 of my video. The camera actually stopped on me, so they've been on there for I think about 2.5 hours. We've already sprayed them down with the apple juice. This is the ones that are on a Traeger. If you can notice, they are getting pretty smoked, and we're gonna go ahead and flip these now. Yeah, they starting to look really good. So while he's flipping that, and we're getting ready to go to the next grill, I'm gonna just talk to you guys for a little bit. I know it's been a while since I made a video. I just uploaded one that was an upload I should have did a while ago. Since I've done that video, I've been out of work for about a month now. I injured myself with a hairline fracture, dropping a brick on it. So unfortunately, I'll be out for a while, and this is actually my first video probably in a few months. So this is what they're looking like now that we flipped them. Now we're gonna get ready to go over to the Camp Chef. Now again, the grill is set on, looks like 225. Okay, 225, and then he's spraying them down again with the apple juice. And now let's go and look at the other grill. Okay, now this is the Camp Chef. These don't look like they doing like the Traeger is.
Yeah, that Traeger cooking them. It gets a little hotter. These might take a little longer.
Okay, so if these gonna take longer, so they'll be about 6 hours, 7 maybe?
Yeah, probably about 6 hours.
But they looking good over here. The Traeger just seemed like it is kicking up a little more flavor, but these are just gonna be more slow smoked, I guess. And what is this grill set on?
This one is set on 225 as well.
Okay, so we're gonna spray these down. We're gonna let them sit for about another hour and a half or so. I'm not gonna come back every time we spray them, but every hour we're gonna come back, spray them, and we'll be back when it's close time to get ready to put the...
We're gonna wrap them in foil and put honey and brown sugar. Let them cook for another hour.
All right, honey, brown sugar wrapped in foil. We'll let them cook for an hour. And then once these are off, we'll be putting beef ribs on. All right, see you guys soon. See, forgot the brown sugar. So I'm gonna show you guys just a couple more of these getting wrapped. And then, like I said, we won't come back until it's almost time for them to get ready to come off. So let's put a little bit more of the butter on top with the honey and the brown sugar. And if you guys don't like the brown sugar, like I said, it's optional. We're going to use it on that Traeger, so they're going to still be smoky, but they'll just have a better flavor. And actually, these are already about to fall off the bone, so I don't know how much longer we can actually keep them on there, but we're going to wrap a couple more, and we will be back in a couple minutes. All right, so now that we have some gloves on, we're going to start the process over. We're going to put the soft butter, the honey, and the brown sugar. And then we're just going to coat both sides the same way. We're going to double wrap them in foil and put them back on the grill. I'm going to show you guys one more wrap that he does, and then we'll put the rest of the slabs back on the grill. So now we're going to take the slab of ribs. And if you can notice right here, y'all look at this right here. Pull that apart, JD. You see how, look at that's already trying to come apart. So we don't even really want to touch it. All right, so now he's going to go back in with the honey on this side. And again, this is the optional part. This is where you guys can tweak the ingredients. Like I said, they're going to be smoky with the mesquite from the pellets that are in the Traeger. But also it's going to have that just melt in your mouth butter flavor as well. So when he wraps them up like this, it just helps seal the moisture inside. We're going to Take one more piece of foil. With this, you want to use Reynolds wrap, or if you're using anything besides Reynolds wrap, you will be using 3 or 4, slices of the paper. So now that we have 2 of them down, got about 4 or 5 to go. So we'll be back as soon as he gets another one ready. All right, so once again with the butter, brown sugar, honey. Let's get these bad boys coated up. All right, so now we got the third one wrapped up. We're gonna seal it with one more piece of foil. He has a few more to do. I'm gonna let him do those. And we will be back. We're gonna do the same thing to the one that's on the Camp Chef. So it's really self-explanatory. I'm not gonna take those off and continue the video. I'm just gonna let these seal, get on the grill, and then we'll be back once we have them both on the grill. Well, both grills filled with the wrapped ribs, and then we'll be back once it's time to cut them, and then we'll do the comparison. Right now it's looking like the Traeger is winning, and I don't even eat pork ribs, but I sure look like I want to taste one because they look so good. But I'm gonna wait for the brisket and the beef ribs. And just one more time, the honey, the butter, brown sugar. Once he puts the rib on and wrap them, we'll be back when it's time to check the comparison. All right, so I did say I wasn't going to do the video of the ones on the Camp Chef, but I'm only going to do this part because we're not going to put the brown sugar and honey. We're not going to do all 8 slabs of ribs like that, just in case some people don't, want that. So we're just going to wrap these 4 slabs up, double wrap them with nothing inside, just the meat, and just let them smoke this way. And it seems like they're cooking a little slower than the Traeger. Let's go check them out. All right, they don't look that bad. I mean, they still got a little more to go. But for what I'm seeing, they looking okay. The Traeger is just, like I said, that sucker works really good. And that was a gift from my mother-in-law. Them suckers kind of expensive, so it was just a blessing. We didn't have to buy one. She gave us one. And we got all these other little gadgets out there. We just want to do a comparison. So now we're going to take another rib. Oh, it looked like he is going to put a little butter. I thought you wasn't going to mix them.
Just the butter for some moisture.
Okay, so just a little butter for moisture. All right. Don't sound like you out of that butter. All right, we're going to get this wrapped up. We'll be back in about, it's 12 o'clock now. I say about 2 o'clock when it's time to unwrap some and look at them and see how moist they are and how soon they're going to be ready to come off. So I'm thinking we got about another 3.5 hours to go. Well, we'll be back. All right, so it's been a few hours now. We're going to go ahead and take these off the smoker, let them sit for about an hour before we actually cut into them and do the taste test and make our decision on which one was better out of the Traeger and the Camp Chef. And then I'll be back in a couple hours to do a smoked brisket video. All right, so while we letting them rest, we just opened one up so you can see what it looked like. And all I did was touch the foil. That sucker is sweet on its own. All that glaze right there, all the liquid you see is just the butter, the honey, and the brown sugar. And yeah, so these are the ones from the Traeger. We're going to let them sit for an hour. Guess we're going to let the ones on a Camp Chef sit for about another 45 minutes or so. And then we'll be doing the taste test. All right, so now these are the ones off of the Camp Chef. And they are already falling off the bone right here. So again, we're going to let them sit for about 30 minutes. We have the ones on the Traeger. We just put them back on the Traeger without the foil on them. And we'll be ready to cut and do our taste test. All right, everybody, it is time to do the taste test. Now, these right here are from the Traeger. These right here are from the Camp Chef. You can definitely see the difference from all the glaze on here that has the butter, honey, and the brown sugar. These just have the butter, and if you notice right here, they're already kind of falling off the bone, but we're gonna go ahead and cut at the end. Cut this one down there. I want to taste that one. All right, so we're going to cut these bad boys up and we're going to do the taste test and see what they taste like. All right, so since these are for a party, we going to share one of each to see what they taste like. So, come on.
All right, let me take a bite off of this one.
That's the Traeger. It's
See
real
that?
tender, huh?
Clean bite. That's good.
Don't put that back right there with the other meat.
Ooh, that just came all the way off the bone. They both real tender. Good flavor. You taste it.
Give me a plate, because I don't want to put them back over there. All right, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and taste the one from the Traeger. Now, remember, I'm not a big pork eater, but I'm going to take a bite just to see. And God knows I'm going to be sick afterwards. That's real good. It's definitely juicy. Look at all that on my finger. It's juicy. It got good flavor. You can definitely taste the honey, the brown sugar, not too heavy. Now, this is the one from the Camp Chef that only had butter and seasoning. If you can look at that, you can see that juice right there that's coming out. So, I prefer, if I was going to be eating these, the ones from the Traeger, only because I guess all the different stuff on there. The Camp Chef, they definitely taste good. Which ones you prefer?
Traeger.
The Traeger? All right, so now we have made our decision from the Traeger to the Camp Chef. We both decided that the Traeger was the best, but they both have good flavor. They both cooked in pretty much the same amount of time. They both have a good juice to them, you know, a good flavor. Like I said, the juice is good. And yeah, so this was my video on the Traeger versus the Camp Chef. Is that what it's called?
Camp Chef.
The Camp Chef. And we prefer the Traeger. So hopefully you guys like the video. Share. And please subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And until next time, take it easy.